Review of basic concepts, R3 polynomials. Multiplying with like base, the product rule. When we have the same base of a here, you could add up the exponent. We call this as the product rule. Dividing with like base. So when you're dividing, when they have the same base of a, you could subtract the exponent. So a to the power of m minus n. The zero exponents. Any non-zero number raised to the zero power is 1, just like this guy. That is also equal to 1. Power rule. To raise a power to a power, so you're going to multiply the exponent. Okay, you're going to multiply it. M times n. Raising a quotient to a power. So this one is a over b, and that's a parenthesis to the power of n. You're going to distribute the n for the a and also distribute it to the b. So you have a to the power of n over b to the power of n. I need you guys remember all these formulas. Okay, I want you guys try to apply those formula and finish the example 1. Let's check the word a. You could multiply the number -5 times 6 times -3. And then the x here, x, we do have the same base, x, x, x. So you could just add up the exponents. 3 plus 4 and then plus 1 here. So you could get 90x to the power of 8. Okay, B. The 4 here, make sure you're going to distribute to the 5 here and also to the 3 here. Okay, so 5 times 4 is 2 to the power of 20, and then y is 3 times 4 here. So you could get 2 to the power of 20 times y to the power of 12. Okay, C. Let's break it down. For the 2 for the square here, it's gonna be applied the numerator and also the denominator. And then you're gonna distribute it like 1 by 1. So you do have a -3 square times a to the power of 3 to the power of square. Okay, and then same idea for the denominator. You're gonna distribute it 1 by 1 here. Double check, can you simplify this guy? No, right? So this is going to be your final answer. D. You could just ignore the negative outside here first. Okay, whatever the number here is, non-zero number to the power of 0, that will be equal to 1. And then positive 1 times negative, that will be -1. Okay, right? Now, let's talk about the polynomials. Okay, first one, a term is a constant. Okay, this guy, you can call this as a polynomial. We only have a one term, that's a constant. Or a variable of x, this is also the polynomial. Or a product of a constant and one or more variable raised to the powers. So 2x, this is a constant times the variable. It can be more than one variable. So like this guy, 3xy squared. This is the example of polynomial. Coefficient. Coefficient is a number multiplied by a variable. So look at this guy. We do have a -3y squared. So when we're talking about this term of the coefficient, that will be -3. Okay, coefficient, talking about the number. A term that is the product of constants and or variables is a monomial. So this is the example for monomials. Monomials you could think about is only one terms here. Okay, one terms, and this is gonna be the one terms. Okay, polynomial. So look at this example. When we have only one term, we call this is monomial. When we have two terms, this is called binomial. Okay, binomial. When we have three terms, 1, 2, 3, that's called trinomial. When you have more than 3 terms, 4 or 5 or 6 terms, we call this as a polynomials. For the polynomial, we usually write the highest degree. Okay, so this guy, the highest degree will be this one, x to the power of 3, degree 3, degree 2, degree 1, and the degree of 0. Okay, like this one, what's the degree of the first term here? The y of the degree is going to be 1, this is 3. So that will be 4, degree of 4, degree of 1, and degree of 0. Okay, and also, this is called the leading term. Okay, the leading term. The degree of a term with one variable is the exponent on the variable. So here the degree talking about the variable here. So 5x to the power 3, the degree will be 3. And this one, the degree will be, you're going to add it up, 3 plus 4 plus 5. So that will be equal to 12. Okay, for this term, the degree is 12. Okay, try to work on example 2. I want you guys combine the 9 terms. Okay, keep in mind 9 terms. So this is a degree 3 and this is the degree 3. So you could add it up here. Okay, and keep in mind we do have the minus here. Make sure you distribute the negative one by one. Okay, try. Okay, I try to just factor out the x to the power 3 here. So I have a 17 minus 9. And second one will be negative 10 plus 10. And then we have the x squared. Okay, you don't have to do it like this way. As long as you know these two guys are the 9 terms, you add it up. These two guys are the 9 terms, you add it up. You should get the same answer. Okay, B. First, I will distribute the negative. B, I'm going to do the same method. So m to the power 4, I will have a negative 6 minus 1 here. And the second term, negative 11, negative become positive. So negative 11 plus 6. The last one, 21 minus 35. Okay, this is what you guys get. So this is a degree of 4, and this is going to be the leading term. And then we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 terms, so this is called the trinomial. And A here, we only have 2 terms, so this is a binomial. Multiplying polynomials. So for multiply, you want to distribute it like one by one. Okay, let's do it together. So the first one, I'm gonna take care of 4x times 3x squared. So that will be 12x third. Okay, then second one, that will be 4x times negative 2x. So that will be negative xx squared. And then 4x times 7. So that will be 20xx. Now, we're gonna take care of the negative 5. Do the same thing. Distribute like 1 by 1. So first one, negative 5 times 3x squared. Second one, negative 5 times negative 2x. That will be plus 10x. And then last one, negative 5 times 7. That will be negative 35. Okay, now we're going to combine the 9 terms. Do we have the 9 terms here? We don't have the 9 terms for this guy. And then negative x squared minus 15x squared. And then 28x plus 10x. Make sure you write your polynomial has the highest degree first. Okay, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, try to do the B. Okay, check your work, distribute it like 1 by 1, and then combine the 9 terms. Okay, special products. We do have the product of the sum and difference of 2 terms. So this is the formula I need you guys to remember. When you have an x plus y times x minus y. Formula will be equal to x squared minus y squared. Okay, these 3 formulas are pretty useful. You don't want to spend too much time to distribute it like 1 by 1. Okay, so I highly recommend you guys memorize this formula. For example, first one, you could see this as an x minus y times x plus y. Right? So we could apply the formula. The answer will be x squared minus y squared. Okay? You should get 49m squared minus 100. Okay? Of course, if you don't remember the formula, you could still distribute like 1 by 1, use the FOIL method. But I highly recommend you guys can remember the formula. That would be a lot easier. Same idea for the B here. We do have a x squared minus y. Same idea with the part B. I have x minus y times x plus y. Okay? So supposed to be equal to your x squared minus y squared. And your x become 5x squared here. And then your y will be xy to the power of 4th. Okay, right? And make sure the square here, you're going to distribute for the 5. And also you're going to distribute for the x squared here. Okay, this is called the special products. Okay, C and D, you're going to use another 2 formula. This is A plus B and then square. Part C, you still can use the formula. We'll be using x plus y squared. That will be equal to x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. So do the same thing. X squared, if this is a plus, this is going to be plus 2 times x times y. And then plus y squared. Okay, right? And then do it like 1 by 1. This is going to be xz times xz. There will be 64z squared. And this guy, 2 times 3, 6. 6 times x, 40xz. And 3 times 3 would be equal to 9. Okay, right? If you remember the formula, you don't have to spend too much time to use the FOIL method. Okay, D, you're going to use the second formula. Okay, actually they're exactly the same thing. It's just like when you have a plus here, this is minus, then this is gonna be plus, this is gonna be minus. Okay, right? So do the same thing. Okay, calculate. Okay, last one. This one, pretty similar. You could consider the 4x minus 3. This has become your x. 7y will become your y. Okay, so you still can use the formula x plus y times x minus y equal to x squared minus y squared. Okay, right? 4x minus 3 represent your x. 7y represent your y here. So plug it in. And then this one, you could use the previous formula. All right, you could use this formula one more time. Okay, this 7y squared will become 49y squared here. So this is apply the formula one more time. X squared minus 2xy plus y squared. Do they have any like terms? No, right? So that would be your final answer here. Okay, dividing polynomial. So we want to divide the trinomial by the binomial. So before we working on that, let's review a little bit. For example, if I have 18 divided by 7, okay? So we will be using the long division. So 18 divided by 7. And then 7 times 2 equal to 14. And since this is going to be the division, there's a minus in here. So when you subtract it, 18 minus 14, that will be equal to 4. So I want you guys to remember those names. First, what is the 18? 18 here, we call this as the dividend. Okay, dividend. And then the 7 here, we call this is going to be the divisor. Okay, and then the 2 here, we call this is going to be your quotient. And then the last one, we call this is going to be your remainder. Okay, I need you guys to remember all these terms, okay? The 18 here represent your dividend. And then 7, that's a divisor. Whatever you get the answer here, that will be the quotient. And if you have a remainder, the leftover here, this is called the remainder. Okay, once you're done, you're gonna write it down. That is a dividend divided by divisor equal to your quotient, your answer, plus the remainder over the divisor. Okay, this is how we write on it for the polynomial. So you could double check your work here. I tried it for you guys. So here you could check like that's a 2 over 1 plus 4 over 7. And then find the LCD. You're going to times 2 here. So that'll be 14 over 7 plus 4 over 7, which is going to be 18 over 7. Okay, it got to be matched on your left hand side here. This is how we check our division. Okay, right? I just used a simple example to explain it. Now, let's do it together for the first example. Okay, put the dividend 3x squared minus 4x minus 15 divided by x minus 3, the divisor. So first we're going to figure out what is the first term in here. So what we're going to do, we have a 3x squared for the first term, 3x squared. We're going to divide it by the first term here. This is going to be x. So think about it, 3x squared divided by x, simplify it. You're going to get 3x here. Okay, use the first term divided by the first term here. So you're going to get the 3x. So means I'm going to multiply by the 3x. So 3x times x, okay, multiply this guy. 3x times x, we're going to get 3x squared. And then 3x times negative 3. So that will be minus 9x here. Now, since this is a division, so we do have a subtraction here. Okay, so 3x squared minus 3x squared equals 0. That's good. And then negative 4x minus negative 9x. Okay, so that will be positive 5x here. And then we're going to bring down this guy, negative 15. Okay, one more time. We're going to write down the first term. I have a 5x here. First term of this guy, that will be the x. So divided, you're going to get the 5. So means I'm going to multiply plus 5 here. So do the same thing. 5 times x, you're going to get 5x. 5 times negative 3, you're going to get negative 15 here. Okay, then double check. I have the minus here. So 5x minus 5x equals 0. Negative 15 minus negative 15, that's equal to 0. So that's a no remainder here. So when we write down the answer here, we're going to put 3x squared minus 4x minus 15 divided by x minus 3 equal to the quotient 3x plus 5. And then if I have the remainder, I'm going to put plus 0 divided by x minus 3. But since my remainder is 0, that's my final answer. Okay? So look at here. Okay, I didn't write it in the fraction here. You compare with my work here. Okay, I divided by x minus 3. I use the fraction to represent it here. And that's equal to 3x plus 5. Okay, right? So now, I want you guys try to do this one. And then we're going to try to work together. Okay, let's do it together. We have a 12n to the power 3 plus 11n squared plus 5n minus 8 divided by 3n plus 2. Okay. So first, figure out the first term. So I have a 12n to the power 3 divided by the first term, 3n here. So divided, that will be 4n squared. Okay, right? So I try to match the position. I have an n squared, so I put it here, 4n squared. And then I multiply 1 by 1. So that will be 12n to the power 3. And then 4n squared times 2. So 8n squared. Okay, put the subtraction here. So that will be 11n squared minus 8n squared. That will be 3n squared. And then bring down the 5n. Okay, one more time. I have a 3n squared divided by 3n, so equal to n. So I'm gonna plus n here. So it got 3n squared plus 2 times n. You got the 2n here. And other subtraction. So that will be 3n minus 8. So I'm gonna times 1 here. So 3n plus 2. Okay, and other minus here. So you're gonna get negative 10 here. That will be the remainder. Okay, so when you write down the answer, that will be 12n to the power 3 plus 11n squared plus 5n minus 8 over 3n plus 2. That will be equal to the quotient, and then we have the remainder. So minus 10 over 3n plus 2. Okay, this is gonna be your final answer. Okay, right? On the exam, I need you guys write it like this way. Okay, check your work. Good. Last one. This one, be careful. You do have a missing terms here. Okay, did you see there's a missing terms? 4, 2, 1, 0. So we're missing x to the power 3 here. So what we're gonna do? I'm gonna add it up with the 0 x to the power of 3. Okay, make sure you write it down this guy. If there's a missing terms, you're gonna put the 0. 0 times anything, that will be equal to 0. Okay, and then same idea. This is x squared plus 2. So you're gonna see the degree is gonna be 2, and then we skip the 1, and then that will be the 0. Okay, so you have to add the 0x here again. Okay, so the first term, x to the power 4 divided by x squared, you're gonna get x squared. Okay, so x squared, you times each of them. Subtraction, you should get negative 4x squared. Okay, you're gonna get negative 4x squared, and then you're gonna bring down the 7x, you're gonna bring down the negative 18. So first figure out this one, negative 4x squared divided by x squared. So that will be negative 4 here also. Okay, distribute 1 by 1, so that will be your remainder. Okay, write it out. The final answer, the remainder divided by the divisor. Okay, that's it.